Hello there, welcome to Jenny Smalls. My name is Bo Waldron and welcome to this basic photography tutorial. Now this is going to be a really nice sort of basic photography. It's going to be sort of like those common mistakes that I see people do when it comes to their photography. Because here at Jenny Smalls we do have a top pick of the month where I go off and I pick, you know, the best final reveal photos out there. And sometimes it's kind of like I'm constantly seeing these photography mistakes, which, you know, it's looking like it could be an absolute cracker of a model, but there's problems going on with the actual photography that kind of doesn't quite get them that top pick of the month. So hopefully these common mistakes that I keep seeing time and time again, hopefully we can address these and you guys get your photos up really nice and cool. So here's a little example just here. There's three sort of main things that I'm mainly seeing. Now the first one is going to be clutter. So if you look at my desk here, yes, we have our nice new finished Harrier GR3 by Kinetic Model Kits, and it is cluttered. I mean, this is the one common mistake I see time and time again. I'll just get out my my iPhone, because really, I mean, when it comes to cameras these days, they are pretty damn good. I mean, you know, iPhones are doing some cracking photography. I mean, you don't need to have some £600 expensive camera these days. So here is my iPhone. I'm just going to take a picture of Harrier just here, which I had the flash on, so we want to take that off. I don't like flash, but yeah, let's quickly take another picture. And what you'll see with this picture that's up there now is, you know, clutter. I do see it time and time again. You know, people will take a picture and you will see a gorgeous model, but then there's all this clutter going on around the picture, and it's all about, it's drawing your eye away from the piece itself, right? And you're having a look at the nice new airbrush just here, you're looking at the Tamiya extra thin cement, and it's drawing your eye away from the piece. So if we kind of now just remove this clutter, right, and I take another picture now of our Harrier. Now I'm just doing this live. There's the picture. Hopefully you can see just a quick taking a picture there, that the difference between clutter around it and just having a plain simple background. Even this cutting mat just here, plain simple bit of grey, and it does make it more drawing your eyes focused on the piece itself rather than everything else around it. So that is probably the big mistake that I see a lot of time with people when it comes to their photography. Now you can go a little bit more professional if you wanted to. There's stuff like this. I use like a photo kind of box thing, right? This kind of stuff you can sort of go on eBay and you will find all sorts of, they're not that expensive, right? And they're normally kind of like something that sort of folds out. This is massive, so it's a bit hard to sort of show you, but this will kind of turn into like a big ass box, right? And it's all nice and white, right? And you know, you can sort of diffuse light and all this kind of stuff to make it sort of less harsh and have a nice big white plain background. You can have sort of like, I know this, the box I've got, I mean, we have just in this box here, you've got white, grey, green, black, all sorts of backgrounds you can put on it, and you can really make some really cool pictures. Now that brings us now, with the lighting side of things, to, you know, mistake number 2 when it comes to lighting. I know it's a little bit of extra effort to sort of get out lighting and stuff, but as a little tip, a modeling tip as well, I use these. These are, again, you could go to eBay. I think you could pick these kind of light things, whatever you call them, for like 20 quid or something like that. Really sort of cheap. You can get these big ass light bulbs that, again, not very expensive, maybe 20-25 quid or something like that. Really gives off a nice bit of light, kind of daylight color as well. And as much as this is good for photography, I actually use this for general modeling. When it comes, I know it's kind of like, yes, you're going out buying something specifically for photography, but in this case, it's good for scale modeling. You know, I do have one up there just off camera. There's one up there as well, and it really brings the light down for me to work on models. You know, the last thing you want to be doing with modeling, little pieces, you know, not enough light, too much shadows, right? Really good for lighting. So it does kind of double up as good for photography to get that lighting, because you can have a really good camera when it comes to lighting, and if you haven't got enough light and it's really dark, even a very expensive camera isn't going to show that quality, right? You could use your iPhone and all this kind of stuff. You've got some fantastic lighting, you can get some fantastic pictures, right? So lighting is the other one. The last one is quantity, right? I see it time and time again. You know, some people can get everything right, but they'll put up something like 2 or 3 images, right? Maybe 5 images, and it's kind of a shame when you've got a lovely looking model here, great photography, but there's just, you know, we want more. We want to see more. We want to, you know, take, say, our Harrier here and literally rotate it, take a picture, you know, take a picture, sort of rotate it so we get every angle. We get to see this the gorgeous model that you do from all these different angles. We can then flip it over and get a picture of the underside, maybe 1 or 2, right? You know, you could literally go off and maybe do about 7 or 8 pictures just going around the model, looking at the underside, maybe a top view as well, just kind of seeing the top of it as well. And then maybe finish off with the last couple of pictures, you know, where you could go off and maybe, let's try and use my camera here, maybe sort of get in nice and close, and maybe let's have a look at some weapons, get a nice close-up weapons picture, a bit like that, maybe trying to get in there on our cockpit area, nice close-up image like that. I know there's parts of a model that maybe you don't want to show off because maybe you've made a bit of a mistake there and you're trying to hide it, but if you're quite happy with a certain part of the model, I don't know, maybe you've done a bit of spray work or something and you kind of just want to get right up close, right? Maybe something like that, maybe get in sort of close just to kind of show off a bit of spray work, maybe a bit of weathering, and really you could do a good 10 pictures to really sort of satisfy your viewer with enough pictures that they really get to see the model, rather than kind of teasing them with 2 or 3 pictures and they want to see more, and it's a bit of a shame. And when it does come around to me doing the top pick of the month, I do, to kind of be able to post that out there for to go into a gallery, you kind of want a decent amount of images to go with it, with some nice close-ups as well. So that is the kind of the 3 major mistakes that I see here in sort of scale modeling, where people take pictures of their models. See it time and time again. So hopefully addressing this, people are going to take this on board. You know, we'll see more pictures go up there, we'll see sort of less clutter around the model, just kind of drawing our eye to the piece itself. You know, a little bit of extra lighting, you know, which would also be good for your actual modeling as well, to kind of improve the quality of the pictures, would be great to see. So hopefully you'll take all that on board and we'll see some cracking final reveals in the future. But until next time, as always, my name's Bob Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed.